we're going to do today, but if you find something funny, throw it out there. Okay. And we're live. Oh my gosh, this is working. Hi, welcome. My name's ILAH, and this is Most Things Hypnosis. This is a new YouTube channel for Most Things Hypnosis. I want to give a great big thank you, shout out to centralvalleytalk.com, Central Valley Talk and Mike Briggs for allowing me to be a part of their mainstream for those 18 or shows that I did, and to Reed Austin also. And today, it's not going to be an hour long today. I'm just going to go on a short note. We're going to have some fun, and I'm going to just go over some things. Today's show, again, my name is ILAH Brock. I am the host of Most Things Hypnosis. So why is it Most Things Hypnosis? Well, because most of the things I talk about will be having some sort of hypnotic whatever on it. And I apologize for that because forgot to turn off my phone. Turn off your phone so you can pay attention. I'll do my best to talk fast and you do your best to think fast or listen fast. So today it's being hosted here at Central Valley Hypnotherapy YouTube channel. This is the permanent home for Most Things Hypnosis with me, ILAH Brock. I'll be loading up all of my previous shows in the coming weeks. I'm just learning how to do it. So just stay with it, folks. Stay with me. Thank you. Thank you. And then I do have my lovely assistant helping me today, Rosalinda Alexander. She is awesome. So she'll be in the background. You can actually start creating comments. So comment. And as soon as I learned how to put this live on Facebook at the same time, I will. And so, but for now, this is where it's at. It's going to be a lot of fun. So for my page, my YouTube channel, it has another video of a promo I did yet last night just to check out it worked. And then I also have a 25-second promo, or not promo, but video of me shooting a Glock. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So enjoy. Maybe I'll put up other ones later on. I always start out my show with a butt first segment, and I'm trying to think about what my butt first segment should be today. And I was going to tell jokes, and I thought that was kind of lame. And then I thought I'll tell stories, and that was kind of lame. So really, I'm just going to share a little bit about who I am since this is brand new to everybody. I am a hypnotherapist. I did a full year training with Motivational Hypnosis Institute, in Tarzana, California. And I graduated at the top of my class. I know it's like, of course, right? Anyway, and I have an office here in a private practice in Visalia, California. Visalia is located an hour and a half north of Bakersfield and an hour south of Fresno. Kind of give you an idea where I'm at. It's a very lovely town, and my business has just been taking off like, wings like crazy. So I'm super, super happy with that. Highly recommend a visit. If you're ever coming up in the area, give me a call and I'll serve you some coffee or tea. And I have a little beverage bar out here that I created. So anyway, love for you to just keep chiming in, tell your friends about it and stuff like that. I have many modalities that I work with. I work with hypnosis. Hypnosis is a tool that I use to help you affect a behavior change. So if you have a behavior you don't like, for example, quit smoking, you want to quit smoking and you've been smoking for many, many years, I can help you. It is sometimes a one and done. Sometimes it's, we do a one and done and I have a couple of follow-ups. Sometimes I can help you quit over the period of 2 to 6 weeks. It's entirely up to you and how you want to do it. So, and then also understand when you do come into my office or we do a Zoom, I record the hypnotics of that session and I email them over to you. And that way you can listen to it every day for daily reinforcement. Other things that I help with is I help people with weight management and weight reduction. I am launching in January my 13-week food sobriety. So food hypnotic-sobriety.com. It'll get you to my website, and I'm still putting stuff up. But it's a 13-week weight management, weight reduction program. It includes 12 sessions with me, includes a day of EFT, which is emotional freedom technique tapping. It includes access to my private Facebook page, just for those that are have done or are going through my 13-week program. You like see the private Facebook private sessions with me. There's like this list of things. I'm really excited about what it is. Let me see if I can just quickly bring up my program. I give you the food program itself if you want to know what, what that is. I help you understand what I mean by what is food sobriety? What is that? What? So I go into a lot of detail about food sobriety. And basically, I'll tell you just a brief hit right here. Food sobriety itself means abstaining, and we can't abstain from food, but there's certain foods that we can abstain from. For example, I love watermelon. I can't eat it, but I love it because, see, my thing, I can't just eat a serving of watermelon and be satisfied. I got to eat the whole damn thing, juicy, cold, and sweet. Just leave me alone, kind of thing. So I just cannot eat watermelon. It's not. I do enjoy it overly too much. Donuts. Now, some people who are in, say, alcohol recovery, they will drink. They can't just drink one drink; they drink 10. Right. So now they're in recovery, and they're like, they can't even offer themselves a cheat day. It's not. It's not possible. A cheat day would mean that they are no longer in that sobriety, right? But what about um, sobriety from food? Now, me, I can pour a glass of wine and leave most of it in the glass and not think about it. Where somebody who's in, let's say, alcohol recovery, they think I'm absolutely stupid. Whereas by the same token, some people can just eat half a donut and be satisfied. I'm just like, I don't understand why they're not eating four. Why aren't they eating 5 donuts all filled with something gooey, the maple with the bacon on top? And ugh, I love donuts. I can't eat them. I don't even offer myself cheat days on that because I want to eat four. And I'm working really hard at reducing my own weight. And you notice I'm not saying the word loss because when you lose something, you tend to find it. So I'm keeping that vernacular out of my head. Okay, so that's kind of some of the things that I do. I work with 100 different issues that people have. Anxiety, big one. So we work with anxiety. Of course, the smoking cessation, the weight reduction. Anxiety is probably at the top of the list because almost everything falls under anxiety. I had someone come in, they wanted to just have more faith. And so we worked on that. And I'm just affecting the subconscious mind at a level that's super hyper aware, super suggestible. And you are very much aware, awake, alert during that time. And the whole time you're not asleep. So if you're interested in more information, you can reach me at ilahbrock.com. ILAH, B as in boy, ROCK.com. ILAH Brock, ILAHBROCK.com. Or just go to centralvalleyhypnotherapy.com and connect with me that way. 559-749-4803. I'll work on putting banners up next week too. I'm learning about all this technology stuff. Anyway, I think this is a really good move for me to be out on my own and raring to go, right? And I'm here in my home office. Next week, I'll give you a tour. So today's show, I'm just going to quickly tap into planning ahead for the holidays. Well, that didn't really work well, but how do we cope? How do we handle? How do we deal with holiday stuff? Sometimes it's the best time of the year for so many people and they absolutely love it. And it doesn't matter what's going on in their life or whatever. And they have a great time and they're very organized about it. Me, not so much. How many Christmas presents do I have wrapped right now? None. How many have I gotten? None. Am I going to? Maybe. I have a daughter who lives in Southeast Asia, and I'll be just sending her some money because it's really expensive to ship something to her. And I have 2 children here in Los Angeles, and we'll probably get together. I don't know. I don't ask for Christmas lists or anything like that. It's as the spirit leads. And I don't make gift giving the primary of what Christmas is. And that's just how I do it. But did you know last year in 2020, Cyber Monday took in over $10 billion, billion with the B, the letter B, $1 billion just in one day worldwide. I mean, that is a lot of money. Christmas is a $1 trillion industry in this world. I mean, all over the world. I mean, it's not like they're celebrating the birth of a savior. They're celebrating, let's buy this and give it, kind of thing. Hey, if we all kept our money in our pocket and we just, didn't do any of that, you think how much money we can have at the end of the year? Enough to pay our taxes, right? Our own personal, not the government can do. We don't want any more than we have to. But listen to this. Marketers use specific psychology to affect our buying impulses. So they'll use words, they'll use music to reach our heartstrings. Anything they can do to help, bring us into that idea of buying something. And they use the children. There was years, Toys R Us was a big store back in the day when my kids were little, and they were still learning about the whole giving thing. And I didn't say much about it. Even when the ice cream truck went by, I just called it the music truck, because at some point they're gonna be wanting ice cream from the truck. I didn't need it to start anytime sooner than what it was. But the Christmas. So I give them the toy magazine. They didn't understand what dollars were or anything like that with little dollar signs. So they were just like enjoying the pictures. Yeah. And I raised them, my kids. My kids were raised with the idea Santa was a great story of a wonderful character who has a giving spirit. That's who Santa Claus, how I raised my kids about Santa Claus. So we didn't do a lot of the Santa Claus thing. Is mostly for joke or sport or whatever. But psychology is used a lot in Christmas by businesses to market for you to hit your pocketbook. There's a lot of free time that people take off during the year, during this time of the year. I know many businesses, government businesses even, they'll take off for 2 weeks until they come back the year. Schools are closed, etc. And there's a lot of free time for a lot of people to just hang out. And what do? Some people get bored. So what are you going to do during this? Well, if you don't like to cook, you could learn. You can hire me. I'll help you. I'll even do it through Zoom. We'll just get all our measuring cups and just handle it, right? It's super easy to cook something, and they'll think you've been gourmet cook forever. Super. I can give you a 5 ingredient dish and you're set. But there's some things that we can do during our free time that may not uh, create a sadness for us. I don't want to be sad. My mother, it'll be 7 years this month. She passed away 2 days before Christmas. And that was hard enough because the day of Christmas, it was like we went through the motions, and then I got on a plane and I flew to Florida to take care of her stuff. So that was kind of I can understand that Christmas can be a very tough time. But I'm fine now with that. I just haven't really been real Christmas spiriting, and I think it's getting better. A lot of it has to do with who you're surrounded with. There's also pressures, the money spent. It can be very taxing on people. Who is on my list? Who isn't going to be on my list? People I used to have a list of 65 people. I have a girlfriend who had a list of over 200 people. Of course, they've shorted down. I've shorted mine down. I think I have less than 10 now. So, and it's what's my budget first? And sometimes I have been known just to give a very nice journal with a pen, with a little inscription inside. Yeah, that's fine. So what are some other things we can do? You can learn to do some self-care. Learning to celebrate yourself. This month, the holiday winners, the holiday time, there's different holidays going on, not just Christmas. Kwanzaa's going on, Hanukkah's going on. I think there's a few more days left in Hanukkah. Las Posadas, it's the honoring the journey that Joseph and Mary made from Nazareth to Bethlehem, looking for a place to stay. And you can study that out, the Las Posadas journey. There's that's being honored. There's the winter solstice that's happening during this time of month. It's also, called Yule, Christmas tide, Soyol. there's a lot of different things going on this month, and those are just a few. I didn't have time to go look them all up. But there's not, like I said, it's not just, but Christmas is kind of like the big one, celebrating the birth of Christ. Now, Christ wasn't born in December. I'm not sure where they came up with that date. I think legend has it, or history dictates that it's probably October, but I don't know what calendar they were using versus now. All that stuff is unfamiliar. If you want to share with me, send me an email. I'll be happy to hear it. ILAH at centralvalleyhypnotherapy.com. So we're going to talk a little bit about law of attraction and what we can do during this time, and how can we work on coping with some of this, the stuff that's going on in our lives. What are you thinking about during this holiday time? What are you actually thinking about right now? When you think of the holidays, what do you think about? To me, it's 30 more days till the next work month. It's like I want to think of something, I really want to put my mind in a state mind in a state of gratitude. So I use law of attraction an awful lot just in my everyday life. And I find that it is very incredibly helpful to know where my thinking is. So when I'm helping somebody with emotional eating, they don't even realize they have an emotional eating problem. I didn't even realize it, but it's, how are you feeling? What do you want? What do you need? That kind of, you can ask yourself that for anything, not just food, but what state are you in right now? So setting that intention of a desire that you have, that you'd like to have, in just living it in your mind as if it's happening right now. Or do you prefer to enjoy your misery? Some people really love misery, and they're going to look for other miserable people to help perpetuate and, energize that misery. I personally would just make excuses and stay away from them, or be the positive influence where they don't even want to be around you because you're so positive and so excited and so energized. They're just like sick. They want to get away from. Let them get away from you instead of you them. It's like you bring them up. Don't let them tear you down, because that's so much easier to tear you down. So take some downtime for yourself. These are things that you can do to help you learn to cope. Learn about law of attraction. Taking some downtime. Don't enjoy your misery. Get away from the people who are negative. You know who they are. Oh, but they're family. They're close. Well, okay, love them and leave them. Okay, just you don't have to. You have permission. You have your permission to give yourself permission to not be around negative people, no matter who they are. Period. If you're an adult in this country, humanity, just don't be around negative people. If that's not your desire, move away from it. Well, how call me? We'll talk about it. It's fine. Phone calls are free. It's good. Some self-care things that you can do during this holiday time. Read a book. Maybe you've got a book. I got a stack of them. I'm whittling my way through. Just read a book. Get lost in a book. You go through the mani-pedis, male and female. Men and women do it all the time now. Get your hair styled. Go to a new stylist. Get a facial done. And if you need a really good esthetician, just give me a call. I have one right here in Visalia. She'll be happy to help you. And if she can't, then maybe we can refer you to somebody in Arkansas. Every morning during your coffee time, just take some time and try to write down 25 things that you're grateful for. Do you have 25 things that you can write down that you're grateful for? And the goal right here is to make a list of 75 things that you're grateful for. My list right now, I think I'm at 32 or something like that. It can take a while looking for those 75 things, and you can have more, great. 75 is hard to come up with things that you are absolutely grateful for. And you can say, oh, my left hand fingernail and my right. No, it can be a little more substantial about that. But there are so many things that we can be grateful for, not just the air we breathe, although I am very grateful for the air we breathe, and food we do get to eat, and the fact that I know how to color my hair, and I'm grateful for the ability to put on my own makeup. I'm grateful for my office, for the suite that I get to be in, and for friends and for family, and I'll name them all in one category or whatever. But there's a lot of things that you'd be great. My car, I'm grateful that I have a car that I can drive, and and it's being taken care of. It can take a few days to work at it. So try to find, every morning during your coffee time or your whatever, you can make that your meditation time, just thinking things that you're grateful for. Kindness, appreciation, and generosity. This is really a great time for that. A colleague of mine I've recently met last few months. She went on a beautiful uh, she did a thing. She asked all of her organizations that she's a part of to donate socks for the homeless. And then they were given yesterday. Now, I saw her this past Monday, and she had about 606 pairs of socks on Monday that she had been collecting over the course of several months. Yesterday was the day of giving the socks to this one particular place that does a lot of outreach to the community for the homeless people and children. And it from Monday to yesterday at lunch, she had over 1,200 pairs of socks. So she more than doubled just in 4 days. So sock drives, what a great idea. Start now for next year. Do a toy drive, do a food drive, clean out your pantry, give it away. Kindness is the highest value anybody could ever have. And that's where I put my value. My value is kindness, the highest value I have. I want to be congruent. So being in kindness is such a wonderful state of mind to be in. So be in kindness. And just if you're not used to it, try it. Just try to be kind, saying thank you and please, as opposed to, hey, you, what's going on over there? Just trying to think of others besides yourself, and definitely think of yourself. Self-care is important. That old story when you're on the airplane and the flight attendant says, when the oxygen mask falls down, put yours on first and then assist others. Well, you can't assist others first because you're going to be dead. So put your mask on first. So take care of yourself first. Take care of you so that you can take care of others. It's like I used to be a property manager some years ago, and I had tenants who would call me up and they were just like, I'm going to be late because my sister needed that or my dad needed this, and and every month it's the same thing, another story. And so I was very businesslike, but very compassionate, and I just explained to him the same thing I'm telling you all right now. I told them, wouldn't it be better if you took care of yourself first instead of them? They're relying on you to enable them. Why don't you take care of yourself first? And then if there's anything left over, you can help them. But you're now in a pickle. They're not in a pickle anymore because you helped them get out of their pickle, and they're not there to help you get out of your pickle. So get out of your pickle first. Stop helping people before you've helped yourself. It's not even a biblical principle. You shouldn't even help the church before you help yourself. Your family comes first. Church comes after that. So it's God, family, work, home, God, family, home, but God is God. It's not the actual church building. Not that you shouldn't help the church building, but if you're looking at your electricity being shut off versus giving the church $1,000, turn your electricity on first, feed your family, that kind of thing. So this is what I'm trying to say. Don't be in appreciation, show kindness, but don't do it to your detriment. Don't do it to your detriment. Okay. So fun. Have fun and play. One of the things I love to do, I love playing board games. So this Saturday, I don't even know where my flyer is. I have a party this Saturday at my office, and this is probably backwards. I don't know. It's if you're interested in attending my party, it is going to be in person right here in my office in Visalia. I'm on West Mineral King down the street from Marie Callender's, but play games. I'm going to have some game boards up. I'm going to, people want it. Maybe we'll just build a house of cards. I don't know what we'll do. We're going to have a good time, but play, have some fun, have some laughs. Don't watch those sad little Christmas stories. Find a good one. Merry Friggin' Christmas was hilarious. I watched that one last night. It's with Robin Williams. Some families have sports that they play on holidays, Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, and they play some sort of sport, or they have their yearly board game, stand up. Make it a new tradition. Do something fun like that. Having friends and family over. I don't like to have socials. Do it anyway. Enjoy it. All you do is tell everybody it's potluck. And then your job, put some paper napkins, 6-inch plates, not the 8-inch. 6-inch means they'll take less. It's a psychology thing, trust me. And then a little fork for the meatballs or whatever. And that's it. You're not there to feed them a meal. And have a Christmas movie on, have some games going, just light, whatever conversation. Do karaoke. YouTube has all kinds of karaoke stuff you can do. Other things you can do, and if I don't have any friends. Well, yeah, you do, but how do you find them? Go to a safe place. You can find them at church. Find a church. Find an AA meeting. Find an Al-Anon meeting. Um, Go to a dog park with your dog. If you have a dog, don't go there without a dog. Kind of weird. When they're the busiest, that's when you should go. Well, I'll only go when they're not busy. Well, you're not going to make a lot of friends that way. Go when they're busy. Um, Staying busy when there's some sort of sadness. I had a friend today pass away, and it was very sad because I didn't even know that he was in the hospital until today. And I read about it on, social media, and the contact with the widow, and my boyfriend right now is with her, and she's just a really dear friend of the family. And but it's going to be tough for her. This is 9 days before Christmas, and the man of her life just went to heaven, and this was not what she was expecting. Obviously it wasn't what I was expecting either, etc. But it'd be very trying. So my hope for her is to help her stay busy. So I'm going to do everything I can to keep her as busy as I can over the next couple of weeks. And my condolences to her and the family definitely go out to her. Sally, you're in our prayers. Also, daily self-care, like I said, I love to wear makeup, and I try to wear it every single day. And it's, to me,